Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. That's the answer. This is the Appleton Oak. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are getting back to Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. This is Season 1, Episode 11, and I cannot wait to get into it. Oh, what a story.
Yeah, this show has been so much fun. I'm definitely ready, willing, and able to continue and find out more about everyone.
And we're finding out some people are a little bit more. Well, I can't say what I want to say. They're a little bit more aggressive, more powerful. We'll just go with that.
And a big loss.
Than we had previously thought. A lot going on. Can't wait to get into this episode.
All right, without further ado, then let's go!
Folks, before we get started today, we wanted to give a shout out to our official sponsor of our Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood reactions, Stylin' Boxes. Stylin' Boxes are the perfect gift for collectors, super fans, and anyone obsessed with pop culture, because not only do they get a box full of awesome stuff,
They get the thrill of being surprised. You pick the theme: movies, TV shows, horror, anime, retro cartoons, and what's inside is always a total win.
There are over 150 different boxes to choose from, and some of them include rare, hard-to-find items you just won't stumble across at the store.
each box comes with 5 to 8 officially licensed items. Collectibles, wearables, mugs, props, socks, bags, blankets, stuff that makes you say, yeah, I'm definitely keeping this.
And here's the kicker. The value of what you get is always more than what you spend. So not only is it fun, it's actually a great deal.
And you don't have to worry about sizing. Every wearable item is one size fits all or adjustable. Hats, socks, blankets, bags. It's grab and go fandom.
And once again, all the items are high quality and officially licensed. No knockoff junk, just legit merch made for real fans.
So if you're shopping for a fan or you are the fan, Stylin' Boxes is a no-brainer.
Pick a theme.
Open it up.
And get ready to wish that you had ordered too. You can get yours today at stylinboxes.com. Once again, grab yours today at stylinboxes.com.
Equivalent exchange. It's like you can't have a taco unless you pay for it. Got to have an equal exchange.
Great parallel there, Mason Quinn. What are you talking?
Why are you giving your thumbs up for?
Because he said it was great.
Yeah, it was also a lot of sarcasm thrown in there.
No,
You think?
I didn't think so.
Laid it on pretty thick.
Thick as I could.
Nah, he's a genuine person.
Genuine person. As long as there's a camera around.
Oh, there goes the legs.
Yep.
Now we get to see the aftermath of Hughes now that he's gone.
Yep.
Rush Valley!
Oh, that guy.
Everybody's got auto mail.
Okay.
Whoa.
Remind me again why we let ourselves get dragged out into this heat to look at a bunch of auto mail?
Because it's awesome.
I've never seen an automail model quite like this before.
Hey, hold on a second. They just want a closer look.
Wait.
Something wrong, Ed?
My silver watch. Gun.
Pickpocket maybe?
A run-in with Panina.
Do you know how I can track down this?
I know it might jog my memory.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, jeez.
The automail shop run by an engineer named Dominic.
Are you absolutely sure we're going in the right direction?
Guys,
What out?
could that be her?
There you go. Oh, she was there,
There it
in
is.
that last scene.
All right. Well,
You're walled in now.
That was awesome.
I'm an alchemist. Want more?
Oh, jeez.
Can't catch a little girl?
I've been waiting for you.
Oh, there you go. Where are you going? Nowhere.
Why don't you hand it over? My watch.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh, and why don't we see can catch me. That wasn't so hard.
Oh, Jesus.
Not until I've had a closer look at that automail.
Sad.
Friend of yours? Not really.
Steve.
I wasn't the one who made them.
I am.
There's Dom.
Look at those eyebrows.
This arm seems a bit heavy. That could be the reason why its growth is stunted.
Wow, brother, you're so big.
Those little chairs.
I don't take on apprentices. Can it, you little flea?
Called me a flea.
Would it be all right if I touched your tummy?
Always ask first, people.
Hell's face.
It's like there's a miracle in your stomach. Are you okay?
Might be going into labor.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened?
I was in a train accident when I was a kid. That's when I met Mr. Dominic.
Wow.
You look like the most miserable, pathetic girl in the entire world.
Jeez.
Nothing annoys me more than mopers like you.
Mopers.
I'm gonna pay him back somehow.
You should clean up your act and stop picking pockets.
Yeah, stealing is bad.
Stand strong on those two legs that he made for you. Stand up and get to work.
There we go.
You know what? You're right. I should probably give this thing back.
It's been sealed up using alchemy. I think I have a pretty good idea why. Something's in here he's too embarrassed to let anyone see.
Well, maybe it's private.
Yeah.
Open.
October 3rd.
Is that when he did it?
You should give this back to Ed. I'm going to ask Mr. Dominic to apprentice me again.
The bay.
The baby's coming! The baby's coming!
Whoa.
I'll fetch the doctor myself.
It's coming! We are just going to have to do it.
Warm
Have
towels.
to do what?
Yep.
Some warm water.
Ed and Al, go and get me some boiling water.
Sure, Winry.
And hurry. Roger.
Warm water and
So
towels.
far, you're right.
Yeah.
She grew up reading medical textbooks instead of picture books.
But it isn't exactly the same as a medical one.
Not
Well-
quite. Read a book.
You can do this.
Give me a hand in here. Sure.
All right.
I can't do anything.
Well, you don't have to do everything.
Brother,
I can't do it anymore.
Hey,
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
there we go.
Jeez.
What a setup.
Well, with what they've done in this show,
Yeah.
sometimes it's quite the tease.
alchemists have worked for centuries, and we're still not able to do that.
Now you're lumping in alchemy with the miracle of birth?
An occupational hazard. Whatever you say, it really is awesome. So do you think there's anything else you're gonna need me for now?
Do you think you could pick me up, please?
Hey!
Oh!
I saw it. The engraving that's inside your pocket watch.
You idiot.
You idiot. Just says you idiot.
I hate to admit how weak I am. What are you crying for?
The music again.
Yeah. Well, she feels bad.
What are you crying for, Winry?
Someone else should do it for you, don't you think?
He does not cry, so I cry for him. I'm glad we're on the same page.
I'm going to try again. I'll ask Mr. Dominic to make me his apprentice.
You did deliver his daughter-in-law's baby.
Mr. Riedel said he wanted to talk to you for...
A lump on her head.
Give me my watch back right now!
Hello there, I'm your granddad.
Oh, look at them
Oh,
all!
look who's different now.
We did what we had to, that's all.
Especially you, young lady.
Oh, guess who's gonna become an apprentice?
Maybe you could make an exception and take on an apprentice.
There you go. Well,
I can recommend you to an accomplished engineer at the base of the mountain.
Would it be okay if I came by and watched you work sometimes?
Same goes for the tomboy.
we gotta hurry.
I think Winry can wear him down.
Make sure to steal that old man's technique.
I don't know, man. That city seemed to have some cool stuff. I'm surprised he didn't try to get an upgrade there.
They'll be back.
She knows they'll always
Yep.
be back. No post-credit, Quinn?
This is episode 11. No post credits on this one. I don't believe. No.
Well, there you go.
Oh, this was the uplifting episode we needed after what we went through with the last couple, and now I'm always on edge when I watch this show because I'm like, okay, everything's going all right. You know, the wife there's pregnant, gonna have a baby. I'm sure everything will be fine, right? Right? You know, you never know which direction they're gonna go because they've shown they're not afraid to go pretty dark on this show. Again, despite how much we love the fun animation of everything, it can turn on a dime when it wants to. But, you know, a fun episode and, you know, kind of that yin and yang of, you know, we lost somebody, now we gained somebody, you know, with the new life here with the baby being born. And Winry wanting to work with Dominic, I think, is interesting because I wonder if I'm sure there will be more to his story as to why he doesn't take on apprentices. Maybe he had a bad experience, something happened. Maybe he had an apprentice that, you know, tried to do too much or take on too much information and something bad happened.
Became evil.
Either way, well, flew too close to the sun. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. But a real quick in and out of Rush City for us. You know, only one episode of the brothers there, but I wonder if on the next one, if we'll maybe see more of Winry or if we're just going to focus on Ed and Al. So that should be pretty wild. But yeah, again, the episode that we kind of needed, way more levity than what we've had in the last few. And it was a lot of fun. Ed seemed to, he freaked out a little bit about being called the little flea, but it doesn't seem like the short jokes got to him as bad this episode. But our friend Panina, with her ability to outrun his alchemy, I thought that was pretty unexpected. And then when she was able to kick out of the cage using her leg, I didn't see that coming. So again, I would be hard pressed to believe that she's a one episode character. I'm not sure if she's. I don't see her on her boxes on her Crunchyroll boxes here anywhere. So yeah, we'll find out. But I'm sure it's not a one and done for her. So yeah, a lot of fun. Introduce some new characters. So we'll see where we go from here.
Yeah, this was the episode we definitely did need. I mean, the last couple, you know, they've been a little heavy-hearted, you know, the last episode especially with, you know, seeing Hughes get taken out. But with this one, this was all fun, you know. We had a lot of funny spots in here, and it was great to see it. And then we saw, you know, in Rush Valley where Panina, I mean, she had automail legs, and, you know, we saw that she lost her legs in a train accident, and, you know, Dominic has helped her with, you know, automail legs, and it was great to see that Winry, though, you know, kind of giving her the boot in the ass. Like, then why are you trying to pickpocket? You think this is a way to well, he doesn't take cash as me to repay him. Well, no, I don't think you get it. He's that hard-edged guy, you know, that you know, has the heart of gold, but he's hard on the outside. And then obviously at the end, you know, with the baby, I am your granddad. You saw him like bring the walls down a little bit right before he went back up with, yes, you can watch me, but that's it, you know. So like, he wants her to do good too. He just won't say it, obviously, and that's why he's not gonna. Oh, hey, I stole this watch. How about this to repay? You think that's what he wants? No, he wants you to go out and do good with your automail because of what he did good for you. Pay it forward, so to speak. So yeah, I definitely think she's gonna come back into play because we saw like she you know, busted open the cage with her right leg, and it looked like it almost had a blade too that would that she could have come out. And then on the other side, she had a cannon, so she could be pretty badass if like her and Ed are on the same page, and Al, like, they would do, I think, a lot of good things together, taking a lot of, you know, I think that would be the three to take on, you know, lust, gluttony, and envy. So I think that would be a good battle. And then even if, depending on Scarred Face, if he's good or bad, the Scarred Man, who knows where he is right now, because remember, we're not quite sure. We are, you know, not quite sure where he is at, or at least I think me and you are on the same page. I don't know. I don't want to speak for Oak, but we don't know where he's at. So even if they have to get in a fight with him, I think the three of them together, they could do a lot of damage. So yeah, and then just having all the animation once again and just making it just a fun episode. Because I have to believe they did that after they had such a gut punch last episode. They're like, all right, this one, let's just have it be fun. Let's not have it be worried about anything. They did have the little tease with so much blood in there, but I haven't been around birth, but I've heard there can be some blood. So they tease us there, but then obviously everything worked out. Yeah. So it was a fun episode that we needed after a hard hitting one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me the biggest takeaway from this episode was during their trip to Rush Valley. Up to now, we've looked at Ed's arm and been like, oh, that's pretty cool. He's got this automail arm, and Winry makes him this cool arm. And we realized, like, there's so much. Now, granted, everybody in Rush Valley was like, we haven't seen anything like that before. But look what we got with Panina's leg and arm. Leg had some giant blade on it, and the other leg, with her legs, the other leg had a cannon. So obviously, while Ed's, power is alchemy, right? Yep. Having, the automail arm is a big, big deal. And I don't want to say that Winry's, crafting ability is basic, but the fact that she wants to be an apprentice to somebody else, she was so excited. It looked like your stereotypical kid in a candy store, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering if, moving forward, if we're not going to get some sort of upgrades for Ed. Now, it also makes me wonder with Al. Al, we know his soul is attached to the suit. So it's a suit. It's not necessarily automail, like a prosthetics thing. Yeah. So I don't know if, we get an upgraded version of Al moving forward, but I definitely think we're set up to have a new arm for Ed. And given the level of power that we've seen, with Lost in Envy and Gluttony and Scar, again, having a little bit more of a Terminator arm is certainly going to come in handy. But yeah, it was a good episode. I liked their visit to where Panina was living. We got to meet Dominic and learned about people who were really at the peak level of creating automail and stuff like that. It was fun seeing him be the hard ass and then kind of, oh, baby's here, because it's like it's always kind of like an interesting thing when you get parents who are really strict, but then when they become grandparents, then they want to spoil, in any regard,
they know they don't have to deal with the repercussions of the spoiling.
Exactly right. Give them a bunch of sugar. Let them be crazy. Hand them back to the parents. Yep. Right. So, in any regard, a fun episode. I agree with these guys. It was nice to have one that was a little bit more lighthearted, or a lot more lighthearted, I should say. Of course, Ed's still getting a few jokes cracked at him about his stature. But
they gave him hope when they said if he had lighter automail, he could be taller.
Might be able to grow taller.
Oh my God, you're so tall.
We shall see. We shall see.
The flashback to the house again was interesting, because that was the one bit in this episode that wasn't super uplifting and fun, and I was surprised that Winry was so excited to break open Ed's watch and see what was in there, because
it's like, a little disrespectful.
It's like, he sealed it with alchemy for a reason, and she was all excited to open it. And I'm not sure if that story kind of went full circle where, Ed told her what it was about and she felt sorry for doing it. And I wonder if that's something where Winry is going to need to kind of curb her curiosity a little bit.
It's because she knows that Ed never will talk about it.
Yeah.
So she's got that's why she did it, I think, too, is because she's got to pry it out of him. Because she said that, Ed will never show any, even Ed said too, I don't show any weakness. Yeah. And then he's like, I never want to show any weakness. And then during the childbirth, he's like, and I can't do anything about this right now.
Yeah.
So I think that's about him, because he wants to stay strong. for for Al, and then for anybody else, he doesn't want to show any weakness because he wants to fix what he did, because he knows at the root of it, he is the one responsible for it, and so he doesn't like to bring that out. But Winfrey knows she has to. That's why she even said, "I'll cry." And I know you guys made the Conan joke or whatever that I'll cry for you, but that's what it is, because how many times have we really seen Ed break down and cry for everything he's done?
Yeah. Well, like I said, the house is a big reminder, and I just wonder if we're going to get more of that going forward. Obviously, we saw what happened, way early on in the series, but he carries that reminder with him. So we'll see how it shapes out.
Shall find out.
Sometimes all you need is a little motivation, and that's what it is right there. All right, this has just been getting better and better, is it not? So for Appleton Oak, Mason Quinn, I'm of course Answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals. It's like did you say like a box of chocolates?
Like a box of chocolates. Life is like a box of chocolates.
Never know what you're going to get. Usually there's the whole list of what each one is.
What it is.
No, just relax over there, guy.
You look in the back of the box. It's all right
just
there.
usually has it labeled.
Well, some places you don't know what you're going to get. It's always disappointing when you grab a chocolate and you don't know what it is, and you bite into it and it's not what... I mean, they're never really bad,
Some people don't like coconut or something.
Yeah, but it's risky.
I just like the Gaffigan bit. Oh, I got the one that tastes like toothpaste. Calls them the Gamble chocolates.
You're always just safer with just going with it's a full box of caramels. Anybody going to be mad about that?
No.
There we go.
Oh, look who it is.
Well. Looky what we have here. Dream sequence.
Dream sequence. Your favorite.
Reached the Doubleth station. Were you having a dream?
Those do not look like comfortable seats.
So that's the teacher from the opening credits.
Ooh.
Hello, Sig.
You've grown up a little, huh?
Wishing me. No one patted my head like this since back before I lost my body.
The Elric shrimps have come for a visit.
Shrimps.
I'll be right there.
I guess she hasn't gotten any better since last time.
Whoa! Or not.
Boot to the face across the street.
Hello, my stupid pupil. Al? Look at you, you've gotten so big.
Ooh.
Lots of energy for someone who's not feeling well.
I'm perfectly...
Oh.
You shouldn't exert yourself.
I
thought that one man from Central knew a good amount about the stone.
How and high.
Swanee.
Look, it's on the briefcase. Samsonite.
Ooh, Ed's not liking that.
Nope.
What is it?
And he's alive.
I thought he was the teacher. Guess not.
He's our father.
Whoa.
One who ran out on you when you were little?
If it wasn't for him.
Oh, boy.
Why isn't Dad here?
Your dad left.
When's he coming back, Mom?
I'm gonna get you.
Oh, change the subject.
He'll be back before you know it, Al. Something about a lifelong dream coming true. He seemed very happy when he said it.
Oh.
Ooh.
That was
Trying to get him to
interesting.
snap out of it, maybe. I don't know.
Yes. Oh, it's quite the feast.
I had a big meal on the train ride here.
You should tell her about Rush Valley.
We helped deliver a baby.
That same miracle brings us all into this world.
Uh-oh.
More to that story.
Teacher hasn't changed, has she?
She hasn't changed one bit in all this time.
It's weird with teachers. When you see a teacher like years later, you always think they look the exact same, You look the exact same. What do we have here? Oh, seawall.
Yeah. Oh, this is where they got their introduction.
Yeah, it must be.
Somebody order a wall?
Pretty much.
Lady, who are you?
Just a housewife who was passing by.
Oh, jeez. Is it every time she does alchemy, though, then she gets sick?
Must be.
Exerts herself, maybe.
Please, old lady.
Old lady.
We'll try again.
Please teach us, pretty lady.
What about your parents?
These little ones don't have any parents.
How am I supposed to say no to that?
Especially if they give you the big eyes.
Now we're going to get some training montages. Hearts on fire.
One is all, and all is one. You'd better find the answer in the allotted time. Bye.
Interesting. Drop 2 children off on an island.
Good luck.
I'm so hungry.
I want to sleep in a real bed.
What?
I'm so hungry.
Or catch some fish or something.
This is the best way for them to learn the essentials of alchemy. It means their talent as alchemists will be limited.
Oh!
You know you shouldn't compare yourself to normal people.
Hey!
Hey!
Yeah, but are they going to be... Yeah.
Oh.
The fox got it.
I thought he was going to... They were going to cut it loose.
Maybe there's some, I'll
but
see.
it's-
Yeah. Ooh.
Maybe we should just switch to fish.
Say maybe there's some vegetables there for him. Some cabbages.
How are we supposed to catch a fish? We don't have any rods or line or hooks or bait or anything.
You go in the water with a spear. And
Use
you
your
hold
hand.
real still.
You gotta tickle the trout.
I mean, at least they built themselves a shelter.
Hey, staying out of the rain is huge.
That's the old Looney Tunes.
So gross.
You're gonna figure out here. Life.
Life because I consumed life. We're not going to die.
There we go.
What's he... What do they got, like capes?
There we
There
go.
we go. Frogs and fish. Don't feed the rakins.
That's how they say domestication of dogs began.
Teacher meant by one is all and all is one.
Just a rare couple of curious wolves 10,000 years ago.
If I hadn't eaten them, I might have died. I'd go into the earth and become grass.
Circle of life.
All things are connected.
We're only one small part within the much greater flow.
You put all that together, huh?
He had a whole month to think about this, Quinn.
Pretty insightful for a couple of kids.
He is a genius.
Yep. Follows the laws.
Can't even phantom.
All is the world.
And one is me.
Now the real training
Oh, wow.
starts.
Okay.
It's best if you experience it for yourself.
Got those teeth again.
The circle denotes the circulation of power. One must draw a structural matrix over the circle. You can do it without drawing the structural matrix?
I myself am the matrix.
Oh.
Interesting.
Our teacher has seen the truth, too.
Just doing it at the end of the bed, curling. 999,000.
That's what you do every night, don't you?
Yeah. Ooh.
Look at that.
Ooh.
You can transmute without a matrix.
Yep.
You saw it, didn't you, Edward?
Oh boy, here we go.
Yes!
Whoa.
It seems both of us are beyond help.
You saw it, too.
Oh. Oh, she tried to do it too.
Oh, no.
Oh.
So there's maybe a child they had. must have
Yeah,
been.
for a baby.
Yeah, because remember we got the look from him
Yeah.
earlier?
When we were finally able to conceive, he was not able to take a living breath in this world. I committed the taboo. Now I realize I should have told you sooner. It must have been awful.
It hasn't been that big a deal, actually.
You darling little idiot.
Oh.
It's okay to hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive us.
The flow of this universe follows laws of such magnitude, you have to understand that flow. Alchemy is part of that flow, and the flow is life itself.
30 days.
I mean, come on. Once again, another great episode.
Yeah, well, and we got a lot more. I don't want to say. I mean, it was backstory, I guess, and gave us more information about kind of the the taboo of trying to essentially create life from nothing, and we saw that the teacher did it. So, it was good that they had that moment at the end where they all kind of apologized for it a little bit and realized that, what they did, whether they had to move on from their mistakes, accept them, take responsibility, whatever it might be. I think it was important that all three of them kind of had that moment together and that they kind of figure it out. Because, look, it wasn't going to take the teacher very long to figure out that Al was the suit of armor and that, that there wasn't anybody in there. That certainly wasn't going to take long. And
just...
Yeah,
hey,
look ahead, yeah. And then, with, obviously Ed's auto mail, you can't really hide, that arm forever. So she's smart enough to know what's going on and kind of put things together. But now I'm kind of wondering, are we going to get more learning from the boys, more education, or was that kind of the skill and the learning lesson that they had to figure out was they had to remember what they realized on that island. They had to come kind of, I don't want to say make things right with their teacher, but they had to come to an understanding. They had to come back, kind of explain what they did. And, she's like, yeah, I've been through, I did the same thing. We were in a similar situation. So, a really good episode, if nothing else, a lot of character development that we're getting here, only 12 episodes in, and they keep piling it on and adding more depth to our characters, and we keep getting introduced to more characters. Just last episode, we got introduced to Dominic and Panina and, the couple that had the new baby. We got introduced to them. Now we got introduced to the boys' teachers, Izumi, and I forget her husband. Sig, yeah, Sig and Izumi. So, this world keeps getting bigger that we're in, and we didn't get anything from the villains in the last two episodes, just strictly with our quote-unquote good guys kind of on their journey. So I'm really wondering, are we going to keep kind of building up to this? Because it's almost like they gave us the villains right away. We saw what we were in for, and now our crew has to kind of reset a little bit, get re-skilled, retooled, and kind of figure out what they're up against. So I'm all for it. This episode was pretty wild as we continue to learn more about not only alchemy, but just our team in general and everybody that they've been with.
Yeah, great introduction to Izumi, their teacher, which they're so it was just, they're like, they were fearful the whole time going back to see a teacher, and we see why. She was one tough cookie, really, and put them on that deserted island to help them understand what it was. And it was funny that one is all is one. What do you think she meant by it? And it's like they finally realized it because they were thinking about it for. I know you were getting wow, that's insightful. I was like, well, they had 30 days to try and figure it out. Yeah. And it took him having almost die of starvation and eating ants to realize, all right, we're all with one in this universe. We're dust. We're just cosmic dust.
It's dust in the wind.
That's all we are is cosmic dust.
My man.
But so it was great to see them actually flourish on the island, because at first they saw the rabbit was taken by the fox, but the fox was feeding the cubs. And then he put it together, well, if I die, then the ant takes me, then, I become grass. And the rabbit that I was trying to hunt eats grass, and then grows bigger, and then obviously feeds the fox, so on and so forth. So it was great to see them learn that stuff on their own, because we knew they were smart, but what were their survival skills like? And then we saw that they quickly adapted. I mean, it took 5-6 days for them to finally get something to eat. They did your spear trick with the fish. Well, that was Oaks. Yeah, Oaks. You said you wanted to just
you got to go up to the bank and tickle the trout, and then you grab them.
Does that work?
It works. Yeah, it's kind of like catfish noodles.
We'll throw that on the old challenge.
The challenge. Mason Quinn
tickle a trout.
Tickle a trout.
Bare hands.
Go underneath the bank. Feel for it. Yep.
just grab it. And but yeah, it was great to see that. And then obviously the big reveal at the end where, you know, we saw that they had a weird look when they talked about how they delivered a baby, because obviously the Elric brothers had no idea that happened to Sig and Azumi. And so then for them to tell us, and like we were wondering, well, why would she have done it? And then when we saw she threw up, and then, you know, obviously there was
she lost her organs.
Oh, you fell for it, because right then and there, like, you know, they try doing the same thing. Same reason why the boys wanted their mother back. They wanted their baby back, and unfortunately it didn't happen. So it was a way for them to kind of connect on another level, because like you could see that they always like loved and respected their teacher, and she loved and respect. Well, maybe not respected, because she was always beating the shit out of them, but she just wanted the best out of them. Yeah, tough love. She just wanted the best out of them, and they wanted, you know, to learn, because she was amazing. We saw her stop a flood by herself. I mean, come on, why wouldn't you want to learn from that? And so it was great to see them finally connect at the end, and like basically apologizing to each other, saying that they all suffered from everything. So once again, another great episode. Absolutely falling in love with this show.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. I mean, some definitely very heavy tones to this one. So the last episode, learning about I forget her name, the girl with the two had the two prosthetic legs. I mean, she had a very Benigna had a very tough upbringing, losing her parents in the train accident, losing her legs. So for an episode that was mostly levity, they did give us, you know, some heavy backstories, and we got the same here. You know, learning that that Azumi had lost a child, her and Sig had lost a child, and but also learning that she tried you know, some of the taboo alchemy, which is interesting because, look, it's not just this show. A lot of shows, and of course, in real life, shared experiences connect people, regardless of your backgrounds or where you're from. Shared hardships and shared experiences, but especially shared hardships, I think, connect people in a way that few things can. And we saw that Izumi had the same shared hardship with Al and Ed, and obviously different in losing a child and them losing their mother, but they both tried to use alchemy to bring them back.
Yeah.
Both with some pretty serious results, of course, with Ed now, we know, loss of body parts, and Al, I mean, he's pretty much just got his soul, and with Izumi, as she had said, lost some internal organs. So she's still alive. You know, I was wondering at first, okay, is it some sort of, sickness in the now where we're going to lose her? But we learn it's like ongoing, like this is a permanent thing for her. So a good episode. I like that they gave us more backstory as well, though. Because we're still relatively early on, 12 episodes out of 64, relatively early on. And so we're still learning about the characters. And that's not to say that, 50 episodes in, they might not give us a little bit more backstory. So I think backstory is something you can always work in. But at this point, being a little bit earlier on in, roughly 20% of the way in to the series, still learning a little bit more about Ed and Al, learning about the things that they've gone through, learning about the influential people in their life. And this one was, we saw tough love, right? Like, she did not coddle them. Hey, you're going to go on an island for 30 days and survive.
Well, we saw what her training was. It was a bear.
Survive with no alchemy. So, if nothing else, Ed and Al are they're resilient, having to go through that. But another great episode, good backstory, some great writing as far as emotional drama, some levity as well. So just another really, really solid episode. This show has been delivering just all across the board for me. So.
Okay. All right.
I mean, this show has been nothing short of amazing. So we know you all enjoyed it. That's why I won the vote. So for Appleton Oak, that's Mason Quinn. I'm, of course, Answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.